Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the SportFlex Podcast. And I'm joined by my first basketball player, Angolan's Clay Thompson, Mr. Ed Lucas. What's good, bro?
Appreciate it. Yeah, I wouldn't go as far as say Clay Thompson, but I'm trying, innit? I'm trying.
Yeah, love that. How are you, though? How's life?
I'm all good, man. Like, I'm a new dad and stuff, so life is completely different for me now, and I appreciate it. So, yeah, it's just been a whirlwind, man, with all this COVID stuff as well. Just trying to get on with the days and just make the most out of it, make the best out of it as well. So,
yes,
it's a blessing, and
Yeah, so how was that lockdown for you, that whole period?
Like, it was nothing that I've ever experienced before in my life, man. Like, the fact that you have freedom but no freedom at the same time. It was weird. Like, you could go outside and exercise, but you couldn't play ball. Like, you couldn't do certain things. Like, some courts were just, the hoops were getting taken off and whatnot. It was crazy, man. Like, but it really opened like my eyes to stuff beyond basketball, like just putting things into perspective in it, like family, relationships, and just like I said, my wife was pregnant during the whole of lockdown, innit? So it was just a lot of just family time, making sure all her needs are like kept up to date and whatever. So literally, I just turned into regular Ed, innit? House husband Ed, fam. Like that's what it was. But yeah, man, it was tough. It was tough for sure, but it was a good time to unwind and just be around family, man.
Yeah, just touching on that, how was it? Because obviously lockdown pregnancy and like kind of having a child is very different because you probably couldn't go in as much as you could, very restricted. Like, how was that?
Like I said, like it was tough. Like the hospital appointments and stuff, I couldn't always just be around. Like the first one, actually, the first scan, I was allowed to be in it, and then literally like the next week, everything just kind of went downhill. And I could only like just take her to the door of the hospital and then literally have to wait outside and just be like, She used to try and like record little sneaky videos so I could see, but some hospital, they don't let you do that stuff. So I was there missing out on everything in it, but it's all good. Like my son's here now, he's healthy, he's happy. And yeah, just keep moving forward in it.
That's great to hear, bro. It's great to hear. Now, just another question on lockdown. How different is it playing with and without fans?
For me, like, I've always said to people, no disrespect to fans, I appreciate them and all that stuff, but like once I'm in the court, it's whoever's in those four lines, that's all that matters, isn't it? Like the crowd can be there, and that's all. It adds to the atmosphere. Don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, you got a game to win. And I know like not everyone's used to it. Like, I mean, I'm not used to playing with no fans, but I just don't, not in a bad way, but I don't really care if the fans are there or not. I like the support, so it builds to the game atmosphere and whatnot, and they can really get you going. But at the end of the day, the fans ain't the ones that are really gonna, put the W's on the game sheets. You know what I mean? So
100.
us as players have to just bring it in and just do what we do best, isn't it?
Fair. But anyway, let's take it back to young Ed. Like, how was your upbringing? How did you get into basketball?
Upbringing was nice. Funny enough, my parents never wanted me or my brother to play ball. There was always like, you need to be like a doctor or like some sort of lawyer or something. And it was like we come from African like upbringing, and sports was never really like a way of living for them. It was more like it's just a hobby, and even the hobby that it was like it's taking up a lot of your time. So like for my older brother, I think he got more stick for it because he was paving the way for me almost, but at the same time, he made it easier for me to get into the sport because he was like the test dummy in it. My parents were like, no to this and that. But then they were so lenient with me, and so I was able to just kind of just play ball, not really care. But so like I actually played football first, didn't it? And I only started getting into basketball because I got kicked off the football team.
Oh,
literally, that was literally it. I was like, because like, as a kid in primary school, it was actually my primary school team. Sports is like, it's supposed to be fun, isn't it? Like, but my PE teacher, like, he was like proper, just like on like, everyone here has to come to this train, that train. I'm like, bro, I'm like 8 years old. I'm like, I mean, you're being bare militant to someone that's so young. And then I actually like played on this Sunday league team, and it was like my breakout game. I scored like a hat trick, but I was a defender. But I didn't know anything about football. In terms of,
so you were just running forward.
Yeah, I was just running, and I was always kind of bigger than other kids in this. I was just running, like just booting the ball. And then like Fulham Academy actually like picked me up.
Oh wow!
And I went there, and my first training, I was like, I don't know, the football environment, like especially when you're a kid. Back in the day, it was a bit different. Like, and nothing against footballers in the football like scene, but there's a lot of like under the layer racism and whatnot in it, and I didn't feel comfortable there. I felt like I was getting like kind of singled out a bit, and so I just never like I just never went back. Sorry, I just never went back to the training. My parents even lied and said, "Oh yeah, we moved to France," because they didn't want me around that. I feel it. Imagine. So I stopped the Fulham stuff, and then I just quit my football team in primary school, and I just went and play ball. Like literally, then I watched Space Jam, and I just kind of like Space Jam. Even though it's a like a fake film, like Michael Jordan's hand stretching from half court, but it just inspired me to just want to like just be great in it. I just want to play ball, like.
Yeah, like I write with them early films, like me, like my Coach Carter, like them good films there, like increase your passion for like basketball.
Yeah, and you remember this game, NBA Street?
Yeah, NBA Street,
yeah. So I used to hang that out with my brothers on it, and we were just trying to copy all the moves and all that stuff. Like, so yeah, it was just basketball just seemed a lot more fun and just more like almost like with it kind of thing. And you just felt like you could express yourself better, like through that sport than football for me. So yeah, that's why I stuck with it.
Yeah. So did you grow up in England? Because I know you were born in Angola, wasn't you?
Yeah.
So when you're growing up, go on, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, growing up in England, like basketball was not really the main sport. Like football was the main sport in this country. Like, how did you feel when you were transitioning into basketball? Did you feel like there was a pathway for you to make it, or?
Like honestly, I never really knew anything about sports. Like, I just played it, innit? Like, I started playing ball when I was 6, but I only took it seriously around like 8-ish. But I just never knew what I was supposed to do to try and make it. I just thought, you just keep playing good. You know, someone's going to see you one day at a park. But imagine that's just the way I used to think. Like, I could just be playing one day and maybe a scout just walked by the park and it's like, oh, yeah, man, this kid's good, man. Like, let's pick him up. He's going to the NBA. I was like, well, it was so unrealistic, isn't it? So, yeah, I used to just play, man, and whatever happens. Literally just play and vibes. Like, literally, that's where it was. And when I got to secondary school, I had like 2 good school friends, Brian. Oh, sorry, not even Brian. Brian's one of my school friends as well, but Brian the Guru. Like, one of my friends, Brendan and Arnold, they used to play for Kingston Wildcats. And at the time, I never knew there was such thing as basketball teams in England, innit?
Yeah.
So when they told me about it, I was like, oh, snap, you can actually play for a team, man. And they're like, yeah, man, just come down, whatever. And I was like, okay. So from there, that's when I just kind of started getting into the scene and knowing that, you can actually play ball in a team in England and maybe other things can happen for you. But yeah, before that, the transition, it was just literally, I was just having fun with things, innit? Like, I never expected it to bring me anything because it was just innocent. Like, I just loved it. I just played and it was just cool, innit? Like, that's all it was.
Yeah, so like you're now playing ball, and then when are the times where you start playing for like your first team? You start like playing like competitively, like week to week basis.
Yeah, like I said, I played for Kingston Wildcats in year 8, and then I got picked up by London Towers. But before I went to Towers, I actually went to Brixton in year 9.
Top Cats.
And then, yeah, like a short amount of time. But because it was kind of far from where I lived in South Norwood. Okay. And Crystal Palace was literally around the corner, innit? So I just stuck with Towers. And yeah, it was just from, like, I'd say, like, year 8. How old is that? I think that's 11, 12-ish.
Yeah, 11, 12.
Let's say. Yeah, that's when I started, like, playing competitively. And I still, funny enough, I didn't actually understand what I was doing. Like,
oh, is it?
Like I said, I was just a ball player, bro. Like, I just loved playing ball. People would tell me plays and stuff. I was always able to pick it up. But for me, basketball was like intuition. It's all about reaction and just almost like how you feel. You just play it, innit? And like, I can never be a robot when I play ball. Yeah. So it was just, I just flowed with it kind of thing. So I was never really like your typical basketball player. It was like, I started playing on the street, so to say, and I just kind of brought that with me. Like when I played like, national league and stuff like that. And obviously, over time, I had to grow up and grow out of it. But yeah, that's just how I really got into just playing week by week and competitively. Like.
Could you see like when you were playing that you were like a step above others? Because I've seen your old videos and you were like dubs in, man. You're like I see as a young Kyrie, like your handles, like the shots you're pulling off. Like, could you see like, oh, I'm pretty decent here, you know?
You know, like growing up, I'd say from like my first days at Kingston, I was always confident in my game. I wouldn't say I could say that I was better than anyone, but I was just confident in myself. I just never thought about everyone else. Like, I just thought, if I'm good, I'm good. That's it. So I never really watched other guys. I just know I can compete. And then as I grew older, like I'd say when I went to Brixton, and when I went to Brixton, I was 13, 14, I believe. And I was playing like under 16s, under 18s, and I played men's. So from there, I was kind of like, oh man, all right. Maybe I'm good in it. Like, so, but like to other people, like I know myself, I can believe myself, but maybe now it's showing to other people that I can actually like hoop in it. So it was never so to say like I felt like I was steps ahead, but you know, I just knew I could play in it. And then especially when I came back from the States, I just felt like at that point I was like, yeah, I'm up here. The whole game was just moving slow, like, and I could just see what I could do at any time I wanted, really. So yeah, from young it was just a completely different game, man. Like, especially in England, they just force you to just play to your strengths, and that's it, kind of thing. No one ever kind of traps you and puts you in a bubble.
Yeah.
But as you get older, obviously, like, they have to rein you in a bit and just make sure you're just doing the right things at the right times, you know, with efficiency. So it's not about all that dribbling. But it depends where you play, man. Like, NBA in Europe is completely different ball games. Europe is a more like cutthroat. NBA is a bit more like showman and entertainment kind of thing, but still good basketball. But depends where you play.
Could you tell us about your time in the United States? Like, how different was it when you went there? Was it much more like serious, more intense, or was it just like you thought it wasn't as, you know? What was your opinions of it?
Like, I mean, I guess that goes to depending on the school you go to and what state you're in. I know, like, one thing when I went to Florida. So what they say about like the down south states is like that's where sports is like the toughest supposedly, and out west, and like obviously north states as well. They're good too, but everyone just always says the best sportsmen come from like south. So
yeah, they do.
I wouldn't say it was intense in the sense of like the training we do. It's just the fact that out there, the ratio between like, okay, like if you have a group of 10 people in one room, at least 8 of them are elite level players.
Wow.
And 2, they can play, but they're not elite. Well, here in England, it seemed at the time, it was more like in a room of 10 people, you might get like 3 elite players. About 3 of them can play really well. And then the rest are like, you know, they can hang, but it's not great. So the competition out there was just what made me, I feel like, always have to be on point, always be like just willing to improve and beat the next man. You could never just take days off over there, man. It was crazy, bro. Like, whether you're on the school team or you go to your local rec center, like, hoopers everywhere. So it's just like, and your rep, like, it just goes around the city and that kind of thing. So if something happens to you at the rec, it ends up in school, and then people in the school league know what's going on. It goes to AAU, and everyone just like knows, like, oh, this guy got boogied on. Like, so it was wild, man. But it was lovely, man. Like, I really found myself as a player when I went to the States. Like, my confidence just went from like, I was already at 100 and it went to like 1 million, fam. Like, it was literally, I felt good, man. Like, it was just a different style because I played obviously England, you know, Europe, and it was like a bit more like structured. But in the States, it was like very just free flowing, like I said, and I was able to do both. So I could just succeed with whatever style I wanted to play in out there. Like, so it was cool, man. I loved it. AAU was the best times of my life. I can't lie, man. It was just sick playing against like the best guys from different states and traveling to different states with your teammates. It was probably built like a team bond, and it was like a family thing, innit? But yeah, if I could repeat like one stage of my life, it would be high school years again.
That's weird.
Because that, amazing, fam. I'm not gonna lie. And I was in Florida too, sunny, nice weather, not like here, man.
Yeah, Florida, beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Must be nice. Can't relate
Beautiful
in this country.
Oh yeah, over here, nah, no way, no way.
So what inspired or like led you to come back to the UK, or did you go to Angola after that?
So after the States, yeah, I came back to the UK. I was supposed to go out to another prep school, but things just kept falling through for me. Like, long story short, they weren't the right situations for me. And then when I did get one school that wanted me out in New York, I got conned into a bad situation. I stayed with this coach like a whole summer. I played like AAU, played in pro-ams, and I played really well. Like, and I had a couple interests in a couple unis or colleges out there. But I had to just do one more year of high school. And I had to pay like for, it wasn't like tuition fees, but it was like I was going to stay with family out there.
Yeah.
And I just needed books basically. So I guess tuition fees. So when I paid it, dude like just went AWOL on it. Like,
Really?
stopped replying to my messages, calls, everything. And I was like, so I was just forced to just stay in England still. And yeah, I was still stuck between like, do I want to go out to school? Do I want to go pro? Like, my family situation wasn't the greatest financially. So I was like, if I go to school, I'm going to have to wait. So why not, if I'm able to play pro from now, just go in it. So I went to Angola, signed my contract. The rest is history, really, man.
Yeah, and just before we get into Angola, we have to speak about the best shot that never counted that you took. I don't know how old you were, but for viewers watching, search up Ed Lucas, the best game winner that never counted. Talk to us about the shot, why it didn't count, and just everything after that.
All right, so let's go to the reason why it didn't count. If that ref is listening to this podcast, yeah, just know it's on site, innit? It's beef. I'm telling you, it doesn't make sense because on the video, even slow down, I got it off before the buzzer.
Way before the buzzer.
So I don't understand what exactly went through the guy's head. But can't lie, that whole game, the guy was just onto me. I don't know whether it's because, I don't know, he had a thing against me, but like, I don't know. The whole game, he was just like crazy calls, bro. And then maybe that was just his way of just, I don't know, calling the game for himself. But, bro, that, even to this day, I watched that video and I'm like, bro, like, crazy, bro. That's probably one of the wildest shots I've ever hit in my whole life. And like, I just grabbed it.
Half court.
And like, it was literally just like, with the timeout we had, my teammate Kenneth, was it Kenneth that inbounded me or Brian? I think it was Kenneth. He was just like, we're just going to do this. We're going to break off edge, just get the ball and shoot it. And I was like, all right, cool, whatever. And like, it was no pressure, really. It was just kind of like, just get it and shoot. Whatever happens, happens. Grabbed it, just chucked it up. I got hacked on my arm. I turned to the ref like, bro, the same ref. I'm like, guys, what's going on in it? Like, I'm getting smacked up this whole game. And then I just hear mad people screaming. And I'm like, firstly, I was like, yo, did something happen? Like, in my head, I was thinking like, did that ball hit someone in the head, didn't it? Like, I was walking maybe under the basket, innit? Because Midnight Madness, it was like hella people there. So I was like, oh, I see people running towards me like is, you know, if someone got hit in the head, no one's running towards me. They're running towards the other person, but everyone's running towards me. And I'm thinking, all right, obviously something's good happened. I still don't know what's happened, but everyone's grabbing me. Let me celebrate too, innit? So I was like, yeah. Then everyone told me, yeah, the ball went in. I was like, oh shit, yeah, cool. Yeah, it was wild shot that.
Because when you shot, you didn't even look. You just shot and looked to the ref, was like, ref, and then it went in.
Bro, that's that Disney movie stuff, bro. Only that stuff could be written in those things. But yeah, that was crazy, man. Yeah, oof. Good times, man. Good times.
That's a great shot. But anyway, back to, so you go to Angola now, you're playing pro, and I listened to an interview where you said that in Angola, these guys were like, you said they'll like punch you in the face. I don't mean literally, but like the way they were so physical.
Bro, it is by far the most physical league I've ever played in my life. And even though, like, yeah, the reffing was pretty bad, but you know, it's one thing when the norm is aggression, like the game is reffed a different way. Like over here, there's no way that these players will be in the game. Like, they're either getting tossed out of the game, bare flagrant fouls, unsportsmanlike, or people just getting fouled out. Like, there will not be a whole team to be on the court. But out there, it was just a norm, innit? It was literally the driving in. I'm talking about elbows, eyes. I got my eye poked. I started bleeding from my eyeball, fam. Like, and the ref was just looking at me like, whoa, what's the problem? And I'm like, I looked up at him and I was like, and he's like, oh, yeah, you get subbed out. And I was like, so I got fouled. And he's like, nah, you barely got touched. And I was like, yo, what am I tying myself up for, man? Like, literally, I was crazy. But then, you know, if you can't beat him, join him in it. Like,
yeah,
I had to be the same type of guy in it. Like, I had to, you know, someone drive. I wasn't as blatant as those guys. Like, they would literally like come out of nowhere. I'm talking about martial arts and wildness. But me, it was more like discreet. Someone come off a pick, I might just give you a quick little bow to your hip, make you live the rest of the game or something, like, you know what I mean? But like, it was dirty, man. But at the same time, it really made you refine your game and not be as wild, because you have to just make sure whatever you're doing, there's a purpose behind it. Because when they start seeing you dribbling bare, they start getting frustrated and like, all right, yeah, you're a target now. I'm going to kick you in the face. Like, literally, it was crazy. I had like my coach one time on the side, we were double teaming this one dude, and he's like, hey, hit him in the nuts, hit him in the nuts, man, hit him in the nuts. And I was like, what? Like, literally just standing there like, what is this really happening? Bro, it was crazy, man. Like, my captain one time was like, yeah, send him my way. We're going to pressure him. And if he tries to dribble through me or split the defense, I'm going to break his leg. And I was like, yeah. Yeah, at least I know you got my back in it. Like, we're on the same team. So it's like good. But yeah, no, it was wild, but they were great players, but it was just the aggression levels was like MMA. It wasn't normal basketball stuff.
Did it ever get too serious where like fights would just break out because like, no, you took it too far?
Yeah, man, like, practice, in games, like the amount of fights I've broken up on national teams and wherever. I'm talking about, I'm here dodging punches as well as you think I'm in the fight, bro. Like, I'm just here just trying to like calm everyone down. I've always been the guy like it's not that I want to see a fight. I won't jump in straight away because at first I'll be like, all right, maybe these guys can resolve it. But then if they get kind of serious, I'll jump in. But yeah, at practice sometimes it'll be crazy, man. People don't care. Like, it's a tree. But you disrespect me, the pride levels go up and guys are just onto it, innit? But I've never had that type of altercation trying to fight someone. Oh, no. I almost fought my coach in the game.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Explain
but
that.
So, like, I was coming off, like, this, like, weird injury. It was, like, shin splints, but I actually had mini, like, fractures on both my shins. Oh, wow. And it was keeping me off the court for, like, on and off the court for, like, a good 6 months. And it got to the point where I couldn't walk properly, bro. Like, I couldn't drive my car. I couldn't put any pressure on it. So, I'll literally be rehabbing the whole week. And then during warm-up or, like, a day before a game, they'll test me out at practice and be like, are you ready to go? And I'll be like, yeah, I think I can go. So I was in and out. And obviously, like, you're not really in proper game shape when you do play. So I guess the coach just kept saying, like, oh, push the ball. And we're losing at this point. I'm telling coach, yo, like, we keep pushing the ball, forcing up bad shots. Let's just relax. When we play 5-on-5, we're good. Yeah. And he got pissed. He subbed me out. So I just went to sit down, and I sat down next to one of the vets, and the vet asked me, like, oh, what's going on? Like, you good? And I was like, yeah, I just told coach this and that. And coach, literally, I heard these footsteps, like heavy-ass footsteps come by, and he was like, what the fuck you... Oh, yeah, I'm sorry for cursing. And
No, yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Free, man.
He's like, what the fuck you talking about? And I was like, yeah, I'm just saying, like, what happened? And he's like, yeah, but why are you talking behind my back? And I was like, I'm talking to this guy. And he's like, what? F you. And I was like, what? And then I got up, and he got up, and then people were holding him back. I holding my back. And I was like, yo, you ain't gonna talk to me like that. End of the day, I'm a grown man, bro. Like, you're not my dad, you're not anything. Even my dad wouldn't speak to me like that. And he's like, you know what? Get the F off this court. Go to the change room. I don't want to see you. And I was like, all right, fine. So I started leaving. And he's like, yeah, that's why you're a pussy. F you. And I was like, what? So I ran back. People holding me back and holding him back. And I'm like, Yeah, and then I ended up staying anyway. I was like, bro, like, as much as you're my coach, I have to respect you, but you have to respect me back as well. Yeah. And it got to a point where it was an accumulation of things. It wasn't just that incident. He was just started saying things that got a bit deep. He started mentioning family shit and all that stuff. And once you cross that, you stop being a coach. You just become a random dude to me, innit? Like, so yeah, we didn't see eye to eye. It was a long time. It was a thing that was supposed to happen. Like, we were supposed to fight, even though it didn't come to blows. But it was like, it was one of them ones where it was like, yeah, this relationship is just done. So yeah, man. Not a lot of people know about this story. Me wanting to fight this coach.
Exclusive.
Yeah, exclusive right there, boy. Jeez.
But anyway, tell us about, like, because you won trophies in Angola. Like, respect, you won the FIBA Africa Club Champions Cup and the Angolan League. Speak to us about those experiences, winning trophies.
I won my first championship, my first pro year, and that was just like, it was surreal, man. Like, because I've never won anything as big as that at that time in my life. I was always just like, I just felt like I was always a good player on a good team, but just never winning. And we finally won, or I finally won something. And it was just like, and I saw the way everyone was celebrating and stuff, and I was like, bro, this is what it feels like to be a champion, like, kind of thing. I like that, and it makes you want to work even more in it. So, yeah, my first year, we were winning everything, man. Like, granted, obviously, I wasn't playing as much as a rookie, but when I did play, I had, like, solid games and whatever. And I was like a big factor in that playoff run as well, because one of our Americans got injured. So it just felt even sweeter, kind of thing, innit? Yeah, it was just nice, man. Like, obviously traveling within Africa, like playing all these different teams, and you saw the different styles from each region. Almost like up north is a bit more European, down south is a bit like where we were southwest. It was just like a mix of both. Like, I never really played in the East African teams, but yeah, it was cool, man. It just shows, like, I don't know, you need a certain passion and a certain determination to just want to win, like, all the time. And once you win, you just want more all the time. And it was sick, man. It was lovely, like, lovely experience, man. Just imagine being crowned champions of not just a country, but like a continent, bro. That's just like, bro, like,
serious.
It was sick, man. It was probably serious.
So then after Angola, you come back to England for London City Royals. Rest in peace, they're not around anymore.
Yeah. R.I.P. Dig them up, keep them down there, fam. Just don't ever, yeah. But that's a long story.
Because you got to the finals, BBL finals. Unfortunately, you didn't win. But speak about, like, the whole experience at London City Royals. Like, how was it?
Like, there's a lot of mixed things, man. Like, overall, I can't lie. Obviously, in hindsight, you obviously get a better vision of things. It was a good experience, especially, like, for me coming back, my first, like, experience in the BBL. I played with my like, long childhood coach, Junior Williams, and it was I never expected that to ever happen. Like, I played for him when I was under 18s and stuff like that, but at the pro level, like, I would never have pictured that. So when the opportunity came, I was like, yeah, I take that in it, because, he knows how I play. He's gonna let me just kind of rock out in it and just do what I do. So, like, yeah, for the most part, it was great. Like, obviously, granted, every team's gonna have their issues. Like, when you bring a whole bunch of guys who are elite to one team,
a lot of
egos are gonna get stepped on, and like, there's gonna be limited roles for everyone, because a lot of us were the guys on our team, like, respectively, wherever we were playing, we got brought from. So when we all put it together, we had to just find a way to just gel and just play in it. Like most games, I think at the beginning, we won off talent. But then we got that unruly welcome from Newcastle when we lost by 60.
Eesh.
That was wild. I've never lost like that for my life, but it was a wake-up call. Like, okay, yeah, it's not just talent, bro. Like, we need to come together as a team and just figure this stuff out, because if not, we're going to get waxed by every other team going forward. And that's what we did, man. We picked it up. It was lovely, man. Just, just being at home, South London. I was raised pretty much in South. And, to be back at the Crystal Palace after playing for Tower when I was younger, it was just sick, innit? It was cool just to see that it's a brand new thing. There's another London team as well that we were rivaling and stuff. So it just, at that time, basketball just felt like good in the capital kind of thing, innit? Like, there's like that. It's almost like a South and East battle kind of thing, innit? But Yeah, it was sick, man. I enjoyed it. Like, first year was lovely, man. Second year, like, yeah, the issues got, you know, worse, like money stuff and whatever.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's when things ain't prepared well, or maybe you got like the wrong people in charge.
Yeah.
And I don't care about the sport properly. That's when things sometimes tend to go bad. So I guess that's what happened. But I mean, that's me from a player's standpoint, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
I haven't heard everyone's opinions on it from management or stuff. Also, I've heard what they said. I still think it's crap, but like, you know, yeah, you know, it's just, I like, you know, when you go through something, you're angry at first, and then, you know, you say what you say, but then you think about it. Also, yeah, it was a bad situation, but you don't know the full reality. Maybe they were, you know, this is me being nice, isn't it? Like, maybe they were trying to not say stuff to us to protect us, which I doubt. But, you know, I'd like to give people the benefit of that. But, yeah, second year was crap. First year was a lot better, man.
Did you know about the money problems behind the scenes? Were you told, like, we may not make it into next season? Or was it just, like, you were playing and it was like, wow, they just dropped on us. We have to find a new team.
Like, you know, it was just, there was a lot of talks going on during the summer after the first year. And I don't want to mention bare names in it.
Yeah.
Like, there was just problems between management and certain players, like money stuff. And that's what I was just hearing. I was just hearing, like, not even through my own team. It was just like, I was hearing things and I was like, oh, okay. And then as the season started, I kind of, I spoke to the manager, obviously, briefly, not in proper detail, just asking, like, you know, are we going to be good? Kind of thing. Oh, yes, fine, blah, blah, blah. My contract was better this year, and I was thinking, okay, so we should be good, isn't it? And then gradually, we started getting paid late. Yeah, when we were getting paid late, we'll get paid half of our salary. And I was like, look, I've been playing pro. At that point, I was like 8 years. Long enough to know that when stuff like this starts happening, like, it's either gonna go really bad or it's just a phase. But the way it was going, it was literally a lot of false promises. Like, oh yeah, this time we're gonna get this at this point, and we wouldn't really get it. So I was like, fam, I'm ready to, you know, close the shop. You know what I mean? Put the shutters down and just call it a day. Let's move on in it. But they kept hanging on to it because I guess they didn't want to let people down too, you know, and keep us around and whatnot. But yeah, then the last week, I already knew, like, yeah, this is about to fold. So I kind of started trying to prepare myself. I had a couple of agents speaking to me. I just didn't pick one at the time. Cause I was just so unsure about everything. And then, yeah, they just told us, like, the day they told us, I was like, I knew it was going to happen. Mm-hmm. So then I went, like, I think like 2 weeks, almost a month, 2-3 weeks with no team. Then Lions picked me up. So, yeah, we were good after that. It was just weird. Like, every time I seemed to be going to the rival team. Like, in Angola, I started with one team, and I went to the rival team. Mm-hmm. Here, BBL, one team, went to the rival team. It's mad. That just seems to be my... I know, right? It seems to be my thing, man.
Yeah. But even so, you did win the BBL trophy with, like, in your first year with the Royals, so big up to that. Mm. But then, the London Lions, and then here it says you were moving like clay, 40% from the three in those games, averaging double digits. Like, how was that? You just fitted straight in.
You know, like, it was a very easy system to play in, and a lot of the guys I kind of already knew. And when you play against them and you scout them, you kind of naturally already know how they kind of play, so you kind of just able to mold yourself around it. And I've known, like, obviously, I've never played with Justin, but I've always worked out with him. I've known him since I was young as well, and he just kind of helped me feel a lot more welcome as well within the team. And it was easy to just play off him because he's so dominant. Like, I was just kind of like, I like to say I'm Batman, innit? I like Batman, but I was his Robin, innit, basically, kind of thing. So I was just playing off him, and it just kind of, it was pretty easy, man. And coach was pretty easy going as well. So he was literally like the captain and coach would just come up to me like, hey, just do one thing, just shoot the ball. That's it. Just shoot the ball. I'm sorry, cool, whatever.
Okay, cool. And then how disappointing was it that the season had to end because of, obviously, COVID?
Yeah, it was whack because it was like I played 3 games only. The first game I didn't play much because, like, literally I signed that same day and I went straight to a game. So I knew I wasn't going to play that game. The second game was the Bristol one away, and I played a couple more minutes. And then the third game was when I started. So I was thinking like, oh, it just keeps getting better, innit? And obviously with the year that we were having, obviously a lot of personal things going on in the background that weren't great. And then obviously my wife was pregnant. So it was like a very fluctuating year for me. But I could just find like some sort of peace on court, knowing that, could still play the game at least, blah, blah. And then when the whole COVID thing hit, I was like, at first I was like, oh, it's only going to be like short term. We're going to get back to playing. Then it got peak. And yeah, it was just a bit like, bro, what's going to happen now? Like, what do we do? Innit? Yeah. So it was tough, man, because, as a ball player, you just want to keep playing, man. Like, you don't want to just be out of it, get out of shape. Getting in shape is already long, but getting out of shape is quick. So it's just like, you want to just keep on playing to stay in that form. But, every time for a reason, it was a blessing in disguise. Like I said, just puts a lot more things into perspective away from the court. So, yeah, that's what it was tough, but we through it, man. We're here now.
Yeah. And then eventually basketball comes back. You then play in the Champions League against Neptunus. It was a very close game. I think everyone's seen the highlights. Big up for your assist, though, for the game-winning 3. So that...
man, I tried, and I tried.
But then, speak about that experience.
You know what? Yeah, like how politically correct can I be right now?
Listen, you can say what you want, bro.
Man, all right, okay. So, for me personally, the experience leading up to it was good. Because, obviously, not only on our team, we got, NBA guys, NBA caliber guys. There's a lot of experienced dudes. So I love to compete within my own team already. And knowing that we're going to go compete against, European teams that, have, guys who can just hoop as well. It was just sick, innit? So preseason, for me, it was good. I was proper amped. I just had my kid literally, 2 days before preseason started. My son was born. So I'm already gassed, and I'm like, oh, yeah, this is the season. You know what I mean? I'm going to be playing. I don't care who's there on the team. Not on a selfish tip where it's I'm going to be the man. I want everything me. It was more like, I love a challenge. I love NBA guys coming here because then I can see where I'm at. I love just going up against guys like this. I don't shy away from that. So I was up for it. And then obviously, like I said, preseason was good. Play against Bakken Bears. Then this other team from Belgium, I can never pronounce their name. And I played well, but we lost the games, but I was playing well. I was thinking, it's going to shape out to be a decent season for me. And obviously, like anyone would, innit? I was playing a lot and whatnot. And then came to the Bulgaria game. I was a bit, disappointed in my own, performance and what I could have given to the team. I didn't play much. And it just, it didn't really make sense to me. But these are coaches' decisions that I can't really, I don't make the decisions in it. I can't change it. Obviously at the time, I was quite disappointed because I put in a lot of work to playing, in this game, and obviously it didn't happen. And then we just lost and we just knocked out of it. I was like, raw, easy come, easy go. It just kind of just like that, and it's done. So yeah, for me, the experience, it was good. Obviously, just sharing the court with those guys and whatnot. I just wish that I had a more of an opportunity to try and help the team more. Not necessarily more opportunity for me to just show myself. It was just I knew I could help the team more, you know what I mean? But it is what it is, it happens, isn't it? But overall, the whole preparation for Champions League was sick, and it was great. The fact that we were even blessed enough to still travel, even though a lot of people were still locked at home, not being able to do anything, it was already a plus for me, innit? So yeah, I got to visit Denmark, never been there before, Belgium, never been there before. So it was cool, man.
That's good. And I'll speak about this season. Lions are doing their thing, top of the table, 7-1. How has this season gone? Preparation and just your ambitions for it.
It's okay. Not to sound big-headed. The team that we have, this is what's supposed to happen. Like,
Yeah, not
we're
surprised.
supposed to be. You know what I mean? It's not supposed to be a surprise to anyone. So, like, not even trying to sound mad again here, but like, hard work or not, on paper, we're supposed to just beat everyone in it. But the preparation, obviously, it's been good, and we're working hard, like, at practice every day and whatnot. And like, it's showing now. At first, we started off pretty slow, but that's the whole gelling process, isn't it? Like I said before, with the Royals, there was a lot of guys brought in that were able to just play.
Yeah.
And the egos and all that stuff, we had to just kind of drop them aside and just gel the team. And I think that's starting to show now. So as a team, I feel like we're on a good track to being where we need to be. Like, for me, ambition-wise, like, I never go into a season not wanting to win or just thinking negatively or whatever. Like, I want to win everything. Like, that's how I am. Obviously, like, with the same thing with the Champions League situation, I feel like I can still help more in this team. But obviously the guys are playing well, and I can't complain when things are going well, and like, I have to just support and whatnot. That's part of just sports and just being a pro, and it happens. Obviously, it's not ideal because as a player, you want to be playing a lot more. And like, when you know yourself, you know what you can do. You want to just be on the floor with your guys and share the victory, not just with the cheering, but you want to be part of it properly. So I think, like, for me, that's just what's the downer of it all. Like, I'm there, I know I'm helping the team in practice and stuff like that, but I want to be involved more, basically. Yeah. But yeah, this is it's the truth, innit? It's the sports, innit? It happens. Like, but yeah, it is what it is. Obviously, I'm happy the team is performing well, but I just wish, obviously, I was able to give more as well, part of that performance.
And that's true, because how frustrating is it when you're doing your bit in training, but it's like the team is winning, so nothing can really change? Is it frustrating? Is it like, fair enough, or do you still keep doing what you're doing and believing that you'll get your time to like shine?
It's like, we're all human, isn't it? Anyone that tells you that they don't get upset about things like that is lying. There's no sportsman that wants to just wear the uniform. Like, no one wants to do that. So for me, it's like, it's whack, because this is the first season that I feel like my role's been reduced a lot, and it's not from what my basketball career is supposed to be projected to be. It's not going how, like, this season, how it was supposed to go, basically. So it's like, yeah, it's quite frustrating, like, because you have to always just be on yourself, and like, when you feel like you're slacking because of the way you're feeling about a certain situation, you have to just pick yourself up. But your mind and your heart, like, they work separately, even though they're in the same place. And one thing will tell you, like, oh, yeah, keep going. But if your heart ain't in it, it's hard to to just kind of like drive yourself. So they both have to be in it. But there's some days are great, some days are bad. Like, you have to just know that better days will come in it. Like, either like you'll get your time here this season to play, or when the season's done, something else comes in a different team or a different environment, or maybe the same team, but just the situation just changes for you. So you have to just try to stay as positive as possible. And that's what I'm just trying to do. Like, obviously, I've had my moments where I'm just like, oh, what's going on in it? Like, but it is what it is, man. It's part of this. It's part of the career, man. It's part of what you go through. So
yeah, it's part and parcel with it. But hopefully, man, you hit them threes again. All right, man. It's coming.
Yeah. I know. I mean, like, I have to just keep maintaining my athletic, I guess, abilities, and skillfully and just body wise. I have to just keep being able to maintain, because when your number is called, like, you have to be able to perform in it. So I can't ever slack, because at any point you never know what could happen. Like, it just reminds me of like my first season when, like I said, the American got injured. Like, luckily, obviously, I wasn't the American. He was very talented as well, but I was still able to fill in for him, and it wasn't like a major difference. It was obviously I was inexperienced, but it was like my skill, my talent, and think, because I was still working out and just making sure I keep myself to a high level, I was able to just carry on from where you left off, kind of thing. So I need to just be able to do that now, because I don't believe in luck, but luck is just opportunity and skill put together, innit? So the opportunity comes sometimes through someone else's misfortune or whatever. You have to just be ready, man. That's just life, innit?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Now, let's talk a bit of NBA. And this ain't the quiz yet. Soon come. I just want to ask you, like, who's your top 5 NBA players currently playing right now?
Oh, currently playing, yeah. Damian Lillard.
Damn, okay. Is this in order, by the way?
No order. No order. Oof. I can do order. Forget that. So, Damian Lillard. Isaiah Thomas. Derrick Rose. Who else?
Injuries hurt him.
Injuries
hurt D Rose.
Yeah, they did. But I mean, like, I like a lot of these players more than just basketball at times as well. I look at like life stories and stuff like that. Like, for example, if you look at Isaiah Thomas, he went through a madness. Like, he lost his sister and all that stuff. At the time he lost his sister, literally my dad passed away like a week before that. So it was like, and I was just out of it. And I was just, then after seeing what he went through and he was able to just keep playing, I was like, raw, like, that kind of inspired me, kind of thing. You know? Yeah. So that's why I proper rate him. Derrick Rose as well, his resilience. Like, he was a great guy. He, of all time, my favorite player is Allen Iverson. Then it's D Rose. But D Rose, for me, like, he was just always just like, yo, this is the greatest player I've ever seen in my life. And obviously he got injured. Not the same guy, but, you know, he's still great. Who else, really? I think those are my top 3 right now, man, honestly. Like, everyone else I appreciate, but I don't know. Because for me, I don't really watch NBA like that, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's because I'm already involved in so much basketball anyway. Sometimes when I'm done with basketball, I want to get home and just unwind from it, innit?
Yeah.
But I watch like highlights and stuff. But yeah, I think I'd say those 3. I can't give you like a 4th and 5th right now. Yeah.
Wow. That's cool. Do you follow a team or anything?
Nah, not really. I've never had a favorite team. I've had favorite players. I just appreciate like just basketball, like seeing good basketball, like a certain guy's skill set. Like, okay, like for example, I like Devin Booker. I'm not saying he's not a bad player, but I try to like take little things from each player. Like, out of my position, I'm a shooting guard. I like to kind of just see what I can mold around my game. If I take this thing. I know Curry, but I like to take certain things away. He moves off screens maybe or off the screens, and yeah, just little things. But yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, I don't follow a team like that either.
Yeah, just on that, how you like model your game. Is there certain players you look to like model your game on as like your shooting guard, as you say?
Yeah, like because I don't like to limit myself as just a shooter, and I can put the ball on the floor, I can dribble, come off picks, do all that stuff. But like, for example, Damian Lillard, I like to kind of like, I watch him because I like his change of pace. I feel like he's very poised and just like his setup dribbles and stuff like off the dribble, like, you know, that little hard step that he does and then gets his shot off. I like to take that stuff from him. And there's this one workout, it's on YouTube, his pre-draft one that I was banging out when I was younger as well. So I was like, I like seeing how he just works out and stuff. Curry, obviously, like, I like his just relentlessness in terms of like, I'm going to get the shot off regardless of who's in front of me or whatever. I'm going to dribble, whatever, but I'm going to get off. Like, just stuff like that. Like him, yeah, I like to, his confidence as a shooter is just crazy to me, innit? Like, I tried to kind of emulate certain things from that. D Rose, I can't copy him. There's nothing I can really get from him. Like, that guy's a freak, and even when in his good days, he was just a freak. I just liked his the way of playing, his hunger in it. And IT, I'm not left-handed in it, so there ain't much I can take from him instead of just attitude. Just like, but as a young guy, it was Iverson because I was quite small. I was like 5'8", 5'9". I had the braids and everything as well. And I was just like, raw, this guy, like, he's just so small, like, but he can just do whatever he wanted. So I was just always trying to like copy him. And like when I was younger, I was known for like having this like right to left crossover that literally ain't no one stopping that. Like, but I haven't done that for so long, like, because I used to get caught for carries as well after a while, so I just kind of stopped doing it. Yeah, but I literally just took that from him. I think there's one player I took a lot of things from Iverson. It was just easy to relate at the time, innit? But now, it ain't not so much.
You say that crossover was your signature move?
Signature. I'm telling you, like, you. The thing is, you know it's coming.
Yeah.
But there ain't nothing you can do about it. I'll literally just like get the ball. All right, I'll dribble it back out a bit between the legs. Then I'll just hit you with because it was madness. I'll literally like I'll take it this way. And the thing is, if you don't react to that, like I'm pulling up for a jump shot and like whatever. But as soon as you see you going that way, I'm going back this way and it's a wrap. So I used to just do that all the time. If I knew I'm struggling in the game, I'll be like, look, let me just do this and I'll get myself going again. And literally every time,
breaking ankle.
No one, yeah, man, it was crazy. But yeah, I need to get back to those ways. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah. So it's the thing we spoke about this just now. You know, might have to
start showing off. Yeah. Anyway, let's get into the questions. This might be interesting. I mean, listen, I'm gonna give you options in it, so you can guess it, and then you can get your points. So let me get my paper.
All right.
They're quite difficult. I can't lie. They're quite difficult still, but
oh man,
you never know. Anyway, there's gonna be 6 questions, and then the last question is a big bonus question, and then from the first 5 questions, there's a bonus point available for each of them. Okay.
All right. Cool. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So question number 1: which player led the NBA in points per game during the 2014-15 regular season? I'll give options. 1,
okay, cool.
Steph Curry. 2, AD. 3, Russell Westbrook. Or 4, James Harden. And a bonus point if you tell me how many points they got that year. So 2014-15 regular season.
All right, Russell Westbrook.
The options.
I'll go for Westbrook.
As I answer, right? Westbrook.
Yeah.
It's correct.
Oh, jeez. You know what?
It's correct. Still.
Got me bare nervous, man. But okay, points.
Well, bonus point. How many points did he get that regular season?
Okay. Do I have to say like 31 point something? Does it have to be exact, or can it be?
It can be whole. If you said 28.5, I'll give you 29. I'll round it up. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Is that a hint there? They give me a hint, fam?
Take what you can get. I don't know.
I'll go for 29 then.
You were very close. It was 28.1.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't get it. I mean, it was very close.
Set me up, fam.
Anyway, number 2. This is an interesting one. What is the most rebounds that Wilt Chamberlain recorded in one game? I'll give you the options. It's crazy.
Okay.
53, 65, 55, or 60. And for bonus point, if you could tell me who it was against and which year it was in.
Gee, that's a lot of rebounds, fam.
So I'll go through again. It's either 53, 65, 55, or 60.
I want to say 55.
This guy, you're getting lucky.
It might actually be. Oh my word!
My God, 55 is correct.
Was that part of his 100-point game?
I don't think it. Well, it might be. I'm not sure. I think he averaged 50. I'm not sure actually. I can't lie.
Cause I remember he had like a mad rebound thing in that game as well, wasn't it? Because I was like, gee, this guy was padding stats. But who did he play against?
You can either tell me the year or the team it was against. Either or.
I'm just gonna guess the team because year-wise, he played.
They were in the Eastern Conference. That's I'll give you that. That's a clue.
So.
Oh, this guy!
You're lying.
That's correct. I've got it right here. 55 against Boston in 19. Oh my gosh, I don't know.
Oh, it's like, hey,
You were praying today,
I'm pretty good at this stuff.
Cool. Question number 3. Who was the first 8th seeded team to reach the NBA Finals? Options: Orlando Magic, New Jersey Nets, LA Lakers, or the New York Knicks. And for a bonus point, which year did they get, or you can tell me who they faced. Should I go for options again?
The first 8th seeded team, yeah.
Yeah, to reach the NBA Finals.
See, okay, you said New Jersey Nets,
New Jersey
New York
Nets,
Knicks,
New York Knicks, LA Lakers, or Orlando Magic.
and they were 8th in that year that they reached the finals.
Yeah, they finished 8th in the regular season and got to the finals. Yeah.
The Nets.
The Nets. The run's over. It wasn't the Nets. It was the New York Knicks, which was.
See, yeah. I wanted to say it's one of them ones, yeah, because I was thinking, did I see was Spreewell still playing for the Knicks when they went to the finals?
Yeah, he was.
He wasn't it? Because I remember watching something recently as well. There was some Instagram page about on this day and all this crap, and I was like, let me say the Knicks, but I missed it.
Yeah, Patrick Ewing, but he got injured, so. Yeah.
Okay.
For bonus point, what year was it, and who did they face? Either or.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to guess that one. Let's say so their finals, New York, and let's say the Spurs.
Oh my! This guy, I don't know what you're doing, but it's the Spurs.
Bro, I'm literally just thinking Robinson, innit? Like if Spreewell was there, and thingy, what's his name?
Duncan.
Duncan, was he there? Yeah, he was, isn't it?
Yeah, Duncan, he won MVP that year.
Yeah. There we go then. There we go. I'm you know what? My guessing game right now, even though I got one wrong.
Yeah, your guessing
but I'll take it.
Clutch so far. Cool. You should know this, I can't lie. Who won Bubble MVP last year? Not Finals MVP, but the Bubble MVP. Okay? Either Dame Lillard, Devin Booker, TJ Warren, or Luka Doncic.
You know, now that you said that, I should actually know this. I feel bad for not actually knowing this. So, TJ Warren's is it the Utah Jazz guy or Indiana guy?
In Indiana Pacers. He was on a madness.
Yeah, he was doing a madness. I remember.
Yeah. But was he the only one doing the madness?
They were all pretty much doing a madness.
Yeah, they were.
It wasn't Lillard. It wasn't. No, it wasn't Lillard. I don't want to say Luka because TJ Warren, man.
Stick to your guy, man. That's why I said it. Dame Dollar, you won it.
Oh.
Yeah, Dame. He averaged
3. Oh, yeah, he did.
Oh, and 4 bonus.
He was doing he was going off, but hey, man, you gotta win. You gotta win, man. You gotta win.
For the bonus point, how much did he average? I almost said it as well. And I'll say, given that he dropped 61 against Dallas and he dropped to 51 against Philly, so how much did he average in that bubble?
And I think can my answer just be bare points? Come on, man. Come on, man. Give me that.
I'll say,
bro.
If you get within 5, I'll give it to you. I'm bending rules. If you get within 5, I'll give it to you.
So you had 60, then 50, then a 40 piece, yeah?
Yeah, but this is over like 10 games. These are only a couple of games, but I'm just saying that.
Yeah, he was going to work.
He was doing what?
I'm going to say 38.
Well, I mean, we've got a bang on, actually. 37.6, but I ran up to 38. Yeah, go on. This guy's guessing. It was wow.
Cool. I
Cool.
might be getting it wrong. I'll get the bonus, fam. I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'll
that
take
bonus
that.
point. Yeah, that's cool. Number 5. This is the final of the normal question, then the bonus question. Okay. Where were the Lakers originally based before moving to Los Angeles? Is it option 1, Austin, Minneapolis, Nashville, or Indianapolis?
Minneapolis.
Yeah, cool. I think you knew that already, didn't you?
Yeah, because I was thinking, I saw a jersey. Was it a blue one, a baby blue kind of looking one? I think they have something, and I think it says Minneapolis. Something. I saw something.
And for the bonus point for this question, what year did they move to Los Angeles? This is very difficult.
Yeah, I won't be able to.
If you get within, I'll say 5 years, either side, I'll give it to you.
19. 1972, man. Wasn't it?
Not just, it was 1960. So, yeah.
I wasn't going to get that. See, I was thinking when Magic Johnson, when did he come in and all that stuff, but I just couldn't. Cool. Couldn't go that far back.
And this one, I don't know if you'll get this one. I mean, you might do, but this is the big bonus question. This is worth 5 points. Cool. In 1 minute, could you name me? I'll probably extend it to 2 minutes, but can you name me the finals MVPs from 2010 to 2020?
Oh, okay.
Wait, hold on. Now, let me get my clock.
All right, cool.
Start in 3, 2, go.
Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, that's 1 year. Yep.
Andre Iguodala.
Yeah, that's 1 year. Actually, quite one. I'll give you that.
Okay. LeBron James.
Yeah. How many times did he win it though?
Oh, snap.
Between 2010 and 2020.
3 times, right?
Is that your final answer?
Oh, you can't do that to you, man. Yeah, man. 3 times.
Okay.
Oh, man. You make me feel crap. Who else? I am so bad. I am actually so bad. Steph Curry?
Nah, he's not on it. No, never won it. Never won it at all.
Is it?
Yeah, never. Regular season. Oh, that's the minute gone already. Whoa, that went quick.
Man.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 6 if I include, because Kawhi won it. He won it twice, Kawhi. LeBron's won it 4 times, by the way.
Okay.
You missed out Kobe 2010.
Oh.
You didn't say Kobe. You missed out Dirk Nowitzki. I don't know if you would have got that, to be fair. That was quite difficult. And you missed out KD. I was thinking, you're not getting KD.
You know what? Look, I was thinking KD, but then I was like, oh, yeah, he did win.
Twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I was thinking about he got injured, he didn't play. And then I was like,
he
didn't win that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
But yeah, I couldn't give you the 5 bonus points. But, you know, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 15. Which so far you rank second in the SportFlex Podcast leaderboard.
That you know what, you're making me feel good in that sense, yeah, but 6 out of 15 is poor. That is bad.
I only started doing this knowledge thing for only 3 guests, so still good. But I'm gonna increase it more and more. But yeah, that's a good.
Yeah.
For someone who doesn't really watch it, your guest game was on fire.
Honestly, yeah. Like I said, I just play ball, fam. You know what I mean? It's just like.
Yeah.
You can edit this out if you think it's going to be controversial, yeah, but I'd rather watch football. It's crazy.
Do I watch football?
Yeah, like, I don't know. I think it's just because I'm around basketball so much.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch a full game of football and highlights of basketball than a full game of basketball. Like, it's wild, man.
Okay, that's cool. I'm football as well. I can't lie. Who's your team? Football team?
See, I don't have a football team either, but my wife and her family, they trying to force Manchester United on me, innit?
They're top of the table.
Top of the league. Top of the league.
They're doing well. They are doing well.
Yeah, until everything starts crashing down again, and then they end up below 10. Boy, this house gets crazy. I swear.
Anyway, let's go to listeners' questions. All right. Actually, this is a question I've got for you. Jordan or LeBron? Just personally.
This question,
I have to pick one.
I have to pick one.
Who would you rather play with? I'll say that instead.
I have to pick. Who would I rather play with?
Yeah, Jordan or LeBron.
I'd rather play with LeBron.
Yeah.
Because not taking anything away from Jordan and his greatness, yeah, but like, and I just feel like I'd be more involved playing on LeBron's team than I would on Jordan's team. Even though he did get his teammates involved, but it was just more like, I'll get you involved if I want to get you involved, if I, kind of thing. That's what it looked like and felt like. But LeBron's more like, I'll get you involved because, you can do this kind of thing. Like, and he'll just find you in your spots and all that stuff. That's why maybe correct me if I'm wrong in it, but that's what I kind of get from it.
Yeah, I think that's fair because LeBron, you see the way he plays, he always gets his teammates involved.
Yeah, always. Like, and you don't have to, you're going to get your shots. Like Danny Green, for example, bro, he was missing hella trees and whatever. He had the shots though, at least. He was still getting them, innit?
Yeah.
Until he got traded to Sixers. But you know what? It is what it is. Like, I know with LeBron, I'm going to get some shots though.
Yeah, that's good. This is a good one. Would you rather take the last shot or are you kicking it out to the open man?
I'm taking the last shot, fam.
You're taking it? Yeah. Dog.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
I have to. I live with the consequences.
Okay, say you got 2 man on you. Are you taking it open man or is it just you're taking it regardless?
20 seconds left though.
How many seconds left?
Yeah. Like there's 2 man on me, like there's like what? Like 0.something seconds? Or is it more like
it's there's enough time for you to swing it. So let's say there's 4 seconds left. So they've in-played it into you. They've in-played it into you. 4, 3, swing it out. There's enough time. But if you shoot, that's the last shot. There's no like, it's gone out of play. There's no more plays. It's the last play.
So that might sound scummy, yeah. But depending on who that man is open, he's open for a reason. He's not open because he's known to shoot. So if that's the case, I'm taking the shot regardless. But then there's 2 men on me.
But then again, you could say he's open because they've doubled up on you. For like LeBron, for example, in the play against the Heat last year when he drove, there was 3 man on him and Danny Green was open. I know Danny Green was missing his shots, but Danny Green's a specialist 3-pointer. So you could say he's open because they're doubling up on you because you're a problem if you shoot.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it'll depend on personnel, but if it's a non-shooter, yeah, I'm definitely taking that shot. And obviously that would depend on the time that's left. But if there's enough time for me to swing it, yeah, depending on who it is. But if he can knock down some shots, even if he's not a great shooter, if he can knock him down, I'll swing it to him. But other than that, I have to take it from him. I'd rather live with it knowing that I tried and I failed.
Yeah.
Then I gave it to someone who the pressure would just get to them and they're going to crumble and whatever. I had one coach, bro, literally, he would always tell me, like, I don't care. There's 3 man running at you, 4 man running at you. If you don't shoot this ball and you pass that, I'm subbing you out. I'm ripping up your contract and leaving. And I was like, cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's just mentality, isn't it? So.
Just that. It's one of them ones where if you pass it, it's a good play and they score. If they miss, it's, your fault. Why didn't you take it?
But imagine now, yeah, you pass it, yeah, and they're doubling you so well that it knocks off one of the guy's hands and it doesn't even get to the guy. I'll be screaming, oh, no way. No way.
It depends what side of the fence you sit on. Because some would say it's a good, if you play it out, it's a good play. He's open, man. But, I mean, it depends.
But a turnover, though, man. Imagine, like, you just, that's long. I'm shooting it, man. I'm shooting it. I'm sorry, I'm shooting it.
You miss. They'll say you should have passed.
If I shoot, I miss. A shoot I miss is a 50% chance it might go in, might go out, like, might not in it. But it's better than a turnover in it. So
100.
I'm shooting it.
Okay. This is another good one. I got to actually these are good questions. Would you rather retire for a year or play but not score for the whole season?
I'm retired. I'm gone. I'll take it up a new sport. I'm gonna go play golf or something, man. Hey, so nah, man. I'm retiring for a year.
Really?
100%. At least I can go gym and do other things, innit?
That's a good gym.
Yeah, I'll go gym and get fit somehow other way or something. Keep my mind engaged. But the whole season not scoring, and I'm supposed to be a shooter and stuff like that. That is long.
But you're dropping bare dimes, assists, but the shots on is not going off.
I'm retired, man. I'm done. I'm done. I swear I'm done.
Cool.
Selling my shoes, everything. I'm gone.
I'm selling my shoes. Would you rather be a great player but with a trashed legacy, or a good player but only a few will remember you?
I'd rather be a good player if you remember me, because I mean that I still have a decent legacy as a good player. I'm asking for too much, man. No, I'd rather be a good player.
Basically, if you're the good player bit is that few remember you. So say for example, we're having a conversation, it's like, this guy played for us. Oh yeah, he was good, Oh, forgot about him. But a great player is like, he was so sick, but I can't believe he did that. He was amazing, but I can't believe he did that.
So like it's controversial stuff. It's like
It's like I don't know. I can't give an example, but let's say
James Harden going to the strip clubs in Vegas, basically.
I mean, but I don't say that's tarnished his legacy. But I mean something. I'm trying to think something really mad. Like say I don't know, you I don't know,
drugs.
Yeah, or like you did something bad, like like really something bad, like something like that's what's remembered of you first, anyway.
Oh yeah, no, I'd rather be a good player, boy, and if you remember me, because at least whatever I do as a player, if I was to try and get a normal job afterwards, or was go into other things and work with people, they won't think like automatically, but is he trustworthy or anything bad in it? So
true.
Yeah, good player if you remember me.
Yeah, because I've asked the other like sports athletes, and they were saying some said they'd rather the tarnished legacy because there's no such thing as bad publicity.
I hear that, which is true, but there is. Let's be real, there is bad publicity. Because imagine, we're going a bit off topic here, but let's say like Kim Kardashian, fam. Like, let's go off that, Yes, she had that tape and stuff with Ray J or whatnot. Yeah,
Go about that.
It's bad publicity, and obviously it got her out there in the scene. But I could not live with knowing the fact that one day my kids are gonna have social media and whatever, and they're gonna get on it, and I'm gonna be known for either Kim Kardashian, this lady, blah blah. But then there's that dark side. Nah. So, nah.
That's a good example. That's what I should do when they say, let's say you remembered for that. You had like a tape that come out of you.
Yeah, that is wild.
You're a great player, though.
Nah, no amount of 30 pieces are gonna equate to having a bad legacy. No way. Can't do that.
Who's the most influential coach in your life, and what's the best advice that he or she gave to you?
Can I give 3 guys if possible?
Yeah, of course. Shout them out, man.
All right. So I'd have to go, even though my brother is not really like a coach like that, but he coached me pretty much my whole career in a sense where like obviously he's helped me out there, and even my school coach, he was my school coach in secondary school. Like he was influential in a sense. I always admired his work ethic in anything he would do as a player, as a coach, just in general, as a being, innit? So he influenced me a lot, and he was always just on my case to just be as good as I can and whatever. So he's definitely number one. I'd say Jimmy Rogers, rest in peace. He kind of like was one of the first guys to kind of believe in me. Him and Jabbar, I have to put them two together. Yeah. Jimmy was always very tough on me. It was tough love, but he believed in me. And Jabbar believed in me proper. Like, he was the one that gave me the shot on the men's team and stuff. And I was able to kind of just stick on that team for a while. And their advice was just always like, no matter obviously your situations, like as in back home and stuff, use obviously like things as like an outlet, be the best you can be, and don't let your environment dictate who you're going to be, kind of thing. A lot of us black kids growing up in South, 100%. We didn't have a lot of guidance, and through sports and like a lot of guys who went to Brixton, Jimmy helped us all a lot, man. He was like another father figure to us, innit? So yeah, it's not so much like one thing that he said, it's just multiple stuff, innit? Because I was always coming back to him at summer times when he was around, and we'd have the longest talks to the point he would put himself to sleep because he's talking bare from. Yeah, Jimmy and Jabbar are definitely number 2. And I said, let me give you 3, but I'm about to give you 2 more, number 3. And like, see, this is a tough one. I'm so indecisive, bro.
It's cool, man. Show them love.
I have to. So Junior Williams, he taught me a lot of the game. Like Jimmy was probably like by far my best coach in terms of just on and off court, because there was a lot more life learning stuff. It was school away from school for us. Like just learning how to be a black kid in London, just, with this, the odds stacked up against you, just making it, like, kind of thing, innit? Junior was more like my basketball coach. I'd say he was like my basketball pops, like, kind of thing. And the skill stuff he instilled in me and the knowledge, like a lot of it, I give props to him and even Coach Jackson and Nama, but mostly Jimmy, all these J's, man, Junior and Coach Jackson. And Coach Jackson, because a lot of off-court stuff he taught me. Like we had like a deep combo like 2 years ago, and it was madness. It went beyond like just a player-coach relationship. It was like proper, like it was love, bro. Like it was crazy, man. Yeah, it was a very long combo. It was nice. And his one was just always, obviously, his advice is he'd always tell me like, don't be afraid to talk to people, basically, like just life stuff in it.
Yeah,
like there's always someone there willing to help and whatnot. And like the last one I want to shout out, he's my best and worst coach I've ever had at the same time. Is literally a coach called Lazar Adingo, no, from Cameroon. He was like my coach in Petro when I was in Angola. So the method to his madness, I couldn't even, like, there was nothing, not in a bad way, but there was nothing he could say to me that was good. It was wild. It was always wild, but he believed in me 100 million trillion %, fam. Like, I'm talking about, like, he's the one that told me, if you don't shoot this ball, I'm subbing you out and I'm ripping up your contract. So I was like, all right, you ain't got to tell me twice anyway. It's wild still to me, because literally someone be open, I could either cause beef with my teammate because I'm shooting over like 4 free guys.
Yeah.
But my coach doesn't want me to pass the ball because even though you're open, you're not going to shoot it. Yeah. So he'd rather me shoot this. And he gave me this crazy amount of confidence. And there's no coach that's ever believed in me like that, ever. That's but cool. At the same time, he was just crazy, bro. He was nuts, man. Like, he had us running the track like we were some slaves, bro. Like, I'm talking about, it went beyond basketball. We were running on a track that was made out of concrete. Like, so you can only imagine, like, the mad, like, shin splints. And he's the one that I wanted to fight as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how could someone be one of your best coaches and worst coach at the same time? It's crazy. Like, I said, like, I don't, not to talk bad about him, not the greatest of people, not a very people person, but he was a very players coach, like, proper, like. So yeah, I have to shout out all them guys for sure. Yeah, he was wild, man. The stories, bro, I'm telling you, wild.
Man, who are the most talented players that you've played with or played against?
Justin Robinson, Ogo, Matthew Brown Manning.
Yeah, Matt Brown.
Benji Lawman. Who else? Benji Lawman. I'm gonna do homegrown guys for now.
Cool, yeah, that's cool.
Benji Lawman. Who else? I think that's all I can really think about right now. Yeah, those guys for me, obviously being from South as well, and that's all the guys we all looked up to, and then actually sharing the court and playing against them and with them, it was cool, wasn't it? Yeah, I think for sure those are probably the most talented ones. But overseas, Cedric Ison, the American guys on my first team. Reggie Moore, bro. Imagine, if Megatron and Optimus Prime had a child. Bro, it sounds crazy, but Reggie Moore, he's by far the greatest player I've ever witnessed in person, bro. Like, and I mean, the greatest player I've ever seen play basketball in person. And it was madness. The things I saw this guy do, he could play 1-2-5.
All positions.
All positions, easy. He was left-handed, could dribble the ball like a guard, like post you up like a big, like slash like a wing. Bro, it was madness. And his attitude was literally like, I'm going to kill you. Like, I'm going to kill you. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. And no one can stop him, bro. Obviously, now he's a lot older. But, yeah, those two for sure. It came to a point in my first season, I wanted to give up playing ball, fam. And those guys, yeah, bro. Like, it's tough because, now there's a lot more, like, guidance here for the young guys trying to go pro and go to the States and stuff like that. Back then, it was like, I made the decision by myself. I didn't speak to anyone. But there was no like program or people telling you beforehand how pro life could be.
Yeah.
So I went. I didn't expect it to be a certain way, and I was struggling, bro. Like mentally, I was fried, and they kept me going, bro. Like always keeping me in the gym, working out with me. And you don't expect like, not all vets are nice people, innit? They're kind of like they'll look at a young guy, and be like, "Oh, you're not taking my spot," or whatever. Instead of just being like, "Oh, let me help him." But they helped me, and yeah, they kept me proper in it. Like, and I always say, like, I owe those to my career, man. Like, they proper, like, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be playing ball. Like, let's just say that. And one of my cousins, Carlos Moraes, he Angolan international player. He got picked up by Toronto Raptors 2013, but didn't make the final team. He's someone I look up to as well. Like, we play similar positions. Well, same position, as I say. And I think the most talented out of all of them, even though for me, Reggie was the best, is this guy, Olimpio Cipriano. When he was like, obviously still good now, but when he was at his prime, oh my word, his lot, fam. I played against some real, like, beasts, bro. Like, but that dude, he was the most quiet guy, the most quietest guy on the court. But if you look up at the little score thing, it was murder, bro. Like, I'm talking about this guy just like 30 points easy. I'm talking about shooting from the logo, and he would take the piss, like, you shoot a normal jump shot. He would go to logo and just throw it up proper high, like do some loop, and everyone's just watching it like this. And he just goes in, then he just like runs back on defense. I'm just like, and he had hang time for days, man. If you ever on YouTube and you want to watch like him play, he played against the German national team, one World Cup. I can't remember. They went to overtime, and he had like 36 points against them or something, and they beat them and go to the national team. And bare NBA teams are onto him. Like, yeah, everyone was just like, "Oh, who's this dude?" Like, but yeah, he is one of the greatest I think I've played against as well, for sure. Yeah, those I think would be the toughest dudes I've had to play against and guard, like internationally, for sure.
Yeah. Just a couple more questions. Who's like the most tough guy? Like the most, you don't want to mess with this guy. He's on smoke.
One of my old teammates, Lionel Paulo. Like, he's just nutcase, man. Like, just a nutcase. Like, literally. Like, he's the one that I told you about. When you come off the screen, the guy tried to split it. I'm breaking his legs. Like,
oh,
yeah. So he's 100% at all times on smoke. He just got married recently as well the other week, and I'm pretty sure he was on smoke at his wedding as well. So,
at man's wedding,
like, yeah, probably he's probably dancing with his wife or something, but just looking out and seeing if anything is just popping off. But he 100%. If you ever need someone to back you, him, like, he's proper, like, just aggressive, bro. Like, but he's a great player as well, athletic. But he's constantly just on smoke, just angry dude. So.
How tall are you, by the way?
I'm 6'3". Some people are like, nah, you're not 6'3", you're 6'2".
Yeah.
And some people say I'm 6'4", and then I'm like, I don't even know anymore, man. Let's just say 6'2", 6'3". That's why.
On the London Lions website, it says you're 6'2", I think. But on Wikipedia, it says you're 6'4", or the other way around.
See, this is what I don't get, yeah. Because on my passport, it has my height. It says 1 meter and 91 centimeters. Whenever I type that in, it says like 6'3" and a bit.
Yeah.
But when I type in other places, sometimes it says I'm like 6'1" or 6'2", and I'm just like,
wow.
I don't know what. So I just take it. I'm over 6 foot, and that's cool with me. That's it.
Nice. Must be nice. What advice would you give to like the young ballers playing now? Because even though you're still young yourself, but like the ones growing up, like trying to make it to the BBL, NBA, what advice would you give to them? Like, what traits are needed to make it pro, like you?
You know what? Like, the first thing I want to say, I'm not going to be cliche like a lot of guys, is know what you're getting yourself into and understand the amount of like dedication and like time you need for it. Because like, obviously everyone tells you just stay in the gym. But once you become a pro, it's like your life is literally, it's basketball, bro. Like, it's that. And that can get very tiring for some people very quickly. And so I'll just say, like, know that that's really what you want to do. And if it is what you want to do, don't kill yourself trying to make it, because you end up losing so much in the process. Like, obviously, follow your dreams, cool, but don't let your dreams just be the thing that defines you. Because at the end of the day, you need to be getting something out of it as well. Don't become a slave to the sport. Use the sport and don't let it use you. I'll definitely say that for sure. Because a lot of kids just get told, like, oh, you got hoop dreams, go in the gym, you need to make 1,000 shots a day, you need to do this, you need to do that. But no one tells you the mental side of it, everything else that comes with it. Like, no one tells you. But I'll definitely say, if it is really what you want to do, work hard at it, give it your best, and don't compare yourself to anyone else's journey. Because there's bare guys who, they'll go to that D1 school and play like shit, and then they don't become anything. And there's that one guy who doesn't go D1, he goes to JUCO, or maybe he doesn't even go to the States. He goes straight to Europe, has a great pro career. So everyone's route is different. Don't kill yourself looking to go just to the States, because the States isn't everything. I've seen bad players go to the States and come back worse. Like, so I definitely say, follow your dreams, but no. And it's okay to ask questions. It's okay to get guidance. It's okay to just reach out to people and talk about it. Don't think you're in it by yourself. There's guys that you can get a lot of knowledge from. And me, I never really spoke to much to a lot of people, just because that's my nature. Like, I'm kind of a bit more reserved, believe it or not. I just try to kind of like deal with things by myself and my family, like keep it proper in-house. But yeah, I definitely say that. But obviously, don't give up on your dreams at the first hurdle, because there's always going to be things thrown at you. Even when you make it, like a lot of people think, oh, I'm here now, it's going to be smooth sailings, and it's not. It's not like that at all. Everything you do is going to come with its hardships and stuff, but you have to just be able to weather that storm and just get over it,
Also, one final question. Do you think the game has lost its like defensive capability? Because everybody now just wants to hit threes, be a shooter. Like, do you think there's going to be a lack of defensive players in the future?
I think there won't be a lack in a sense where, like, the numbers will remain the same. It's just they're not going to be. I don't think they're going to be looked at, like, out for as much anymore. I feel like because there's some guys who will never be like a straight out shooter. Some guys who won't be able to dribble to save their lives, be like a Kyrie or anything. And some guys will just be literally like a Ron Artest, bro. Like, but now the way the game's evolving, a lot of people just want to score points. Like they want people on their team who can score points and defend a bit. Like, you know what I mean? And you might have that one defensive stopper on your team, but you know, you're not gonna have like at least like 3-4 of them guys because those are roster spots that you can use for someone who's instant offense. So, but it depends on your organization and your team philosophy, doesn't it? But let's say, for example, like the Brooklyn Nets, they just got James Harden, fam. Like for me, like you know, there's only one ball. You know, there's one ball to shoot, and those men like they require the ball in their hands a lot.
James and
so I don't know how they're gonna do it. But obviously, Steve Nash is all about get a shot in the first 7 seconds of your offense. So maybe it'll work out for them, maybe it won't. But just know that the defense is not going to be there. Like it's just, there's going to be the other guys who like, you know, they'll get like the garbage points. They'll do the other intangibles, like the rebounding and whatever. But defense is not the main focus on that team.
No.
So I think, yeah, there's definitely going to be a lack of it. Like you won't see it, but they're out there. But they're just not going to be looked at as much because the game's evolving, man, and everyone needs to have a jump shot. Everyone needs to be able to score now. Like, that's what kind of gets guys jobs nowadays, man. Unless you're like 7'8" and you just dunk everything. Or I don't know, you can block every shot. But
Finally, last question, I promise. What's next for Ed Lucas? What's the ambition? What's the plans?
I'm still obviously working on it, but I'm doing a lot of online courses. I'm studying. I just passed actually out. I'm legally a professional cognitive behavioral therapist.
Oh, is it?
I just passed. Yeah, fam.
Well done,
I'm big on mental health, innit? I've been studying that for a bit now. I'm onto like child psychology and sports psychology now. So I'm always big on like just knowing not just how the mind works, but how to help people and help myself. Like, you know, most of these courses, they're good for self-reflection too. So, you know, maybe one day, I don't know, I might be like just helping people. Like I've always wanted to just help people. I want to give back because I got a lot of help along the way, but I feel like there was a lot of things missing, and I want to be that missing piece for other people. So yeah, like, you know, maybe counseling might be a thing, or a life coach, some sort of mentorship kind of thing, or even like a teacher. Like in a sense, I like to just do that. But I'm trying to like, you know, work on like having my own maybe academy one day. You know, it's just a lot easier for like sports guys to kind of get started because you kind of already been around it. But that can happen. But yeah, just that stuff, man. I just want to be able, whatever I do next, I just want to be able to make sure it's helping the next person, not just myself and my family. I want to make an impact in people's lives, not just so.
Especially given you're a South guy. I'm a South guy. I'm from Thornton Heath, so.
Where in Heath?
Like, you know, Sellers Park Stadium.
Yeah.
That's where I literally live. Like there, like there. That's where I live.
I used to like live South Nord Hill. It was like 128 South Nord Hill, 125. I can't remember. Like, because you live by, there's a big Sainsbury's there, isn't it?
Yeah, the big Sainsbury's. Yeah.
So if you kept just going straight up, and then you're gonna get to the South Nord Hill bit, I literally where the 196 goes, where the 468 goes up, makes the left and goes up the hill. I literally would go down the hill, just literally just there. And like I used to live there as well.
Local.
Yeah, proper local, man.
Yeah, man. But Ed, man, it's been great, man. We've been speaking for time. I've enjoyed it. Thanks for coming.
No,
man.
I've enjoyed it too, man. It's good to speak to other people, man, especially during lockdown. Yeah, you know what I mean. You need to see other people.
Man, your mental health in there, like.
I'm telling you, it's crazy, man. But nah, stuff like this, it needs to happen more, especially like. Obviously, I'm the first basketball player you interviewed, and I feel like it's just good to kind of just get other guys' perspectives and other dudes in it, just to kind of, you know, widen the audience as well for basketball in the country too. This stuff helps a lot, and you know, you never know what gems other guys might have and what advice. You know, it's always good to get different opinions and whatever. It'll be good for listeners, man, for sure. I hope this proper blows up, man.
Hey, man, like people just get to meet everyone's story, professional as well. It's been good, man. Your basketball knowledge as well. You're elite guesser. You're the best guesser I've ever known. I won't lie.
Oh, man, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. Ed, all the best for the season. All the best for your
Thank you,
family as well. Stay safe. And yeah, man.
You too, man. Likewise.
Yeah, we'll catch up again, man.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
See you later, bro.